Hello, students. Welcome to class. And I want to just remind you of some keys to speaking English fluently. Number one, study with an English speaker and listen to a native English speaker. Listen to my pronunciation. How do I say the words? How do I pronounce the words? Listen to my intonation when my voice goes up and my voice goes down. Listen to the stress. Now, where do I put the syllable stress and where do I put the word stress in the sentence? This is really important because if you do not put the stress on the correct syllable, sometimes you cannot be understood, or I'll be honest with you, sometimes you just don't sound smart. And if you do not put the stress on the proper word in the sentence, it doesn't sound birua, all right? So pay attention to the stress and pay attention to the pause. And remember, when we read English, right now we're reading English, but when we read English, we read like we're speaking. We read like we have a conversation. This is why we have punctuation marks in English. The period reminds us to stop talking for a moment. And so before you go from one sentence to another sentence, the period at the end of the sentence reminds you, "Chokni ye maplat." And then the comma is the same way. The comma also reminds us to stop talking just for a moment. Muy vitniti. This is how we speak English. The question mark reminds us usually to raise our voice. And the exclamation mark reminds us to say something, to say that word with expression, to say it with feeling, to say it louder than the other words. And so that's why we use punctuation marks. And so listen to the native speaker, pay attention, say it after me. And here's the thing also. And so you can read, we're in lesson number 2, and it's conversation. And so you can read this conversation, but sometimes my students sound like they're reading. "Hi, Rod, this is Jack." "Oh, hi, Jack, what's up?" You don't want to sound that way. You want to sound like you're having a conversation. "Hi, Rod, this is Jack." "Oh, hi, Jack, what's up?" And so this is how we have a conversation. Our voice goes up, down, some words are stronger, louder, we pause. So that's how we read. So when you read this for the first time, you might read it slow. You might read like a child. That's okay. But we become fluent by saying something again and again and again. This is how we become fluent. Many Cambodian students study too fast. They study one lesson and they can say it a little bit and then they go on to the next lesson. And so they can only say each lesson maybe 10% or 20%. You don't want to do that. Study one lesson until you can say it fluently. And the way that we say it fluently is to say it again and again and again. And the more times that you say the word or say the sentence, the more confidence you have and the more fluent you become. And remember, it's very important for you to know the sounds of the vowels and know the sounds of the consonants. There's many others. We'll study about that a little bit in this unit. But it's very important for you to know the proper sounds, but to become fluent, you say something again and again and again. And so I really encourage you, don't study too fast. Study slowly. Say it again and again. Record your voice. And then listen to me. Listen to you and listen to me. Are you saying it like me? If you're not saying it like me, then you need to keep practicing. And send your voice message to me, and I can tell you the words that you need to change or how you're not pronouncing something correctly, okay? So this is a very good system for you to learn to speak, to read and speak and write English fluently, all right? And so I'm going to stop right here, and then in the next lesson, we will be on Unit 3, Lesson number 2, Conversation.